Good morning, class 8 students of chemistry. We are revising these days the fifth chapter, which is the language of chemistry. So, we continue with our revision. And, children, first of all, uh, in revision video 2, the last video, part 2, we studied about the valency of magnesium in magnesium chloride, uh, which was Mg2 plus. So we saw that the valency of magnesium was plus 2. Then in magnesium oxide compound, we saw that the valency of magnesium being 2 positive, or 2 was the valency, and that of oxygen was also 2. Minus 2 was the valency of oxygen. Then children, we studied in the previous video 2 about the valency of metals. We also studied about the valency of non-metals, and we took several examples of the metal valencies and the non-metallic valencies of elements. Then we studied about monovalent elements, about divalent elements, about trivalent elements, and about tetravalent elements. We studied about variable valency also, with example of ferrous having valency plus 2 and ferric having valency plus 3. We studied also about radicals with examples of positive radicals as well as with examples of negative radicals. Now today in video 3, in the revision, let us revise about acid and basic radicals. What are acid radicals? We see that those radicals which are having a negative charge are called acid radicals. For example, chlorine has got negative 1 charge. Fluorine also has negative 1 charge. Carbonate has minus 2 or 2 negative charge. Sulfate acid radical has got minus 2 charge. Then children, let us revise what are basic radicals. Do you remember, children? Basic radicals are those radicals which are having positive charge, like in ammonia. In ammonium molecule, we see in the ammonium radical we have positive 1 charge. In sodium radical also we have positive 1 charge. Then potassium also we have positive 1 charge. Then in zinc also, children, we have got a positive 2 charge. So children, we see that we studied about acid and basic radicals. Now let us revise, children, what are simple and compound radicals. Let us study about simple and compound radicals. What are simple radicals, children? Those radicals that are made up of only one kind of atoms are called simple radicals. For example, chlorine is made out of only chlorine atom. So this is chlorine radical, Cl minus 1. Then fluorine radical is also formed of one kind of atom. So this is fluorine minus 1. Fluorine radical. Then sodium plus 1, potassium plus 1. These are all simple radicals. Now what are compound radicals, children? Those radicals that have been made up of 2 or more kind of atoms are known as compound radicals, children. For example, let us see OH or hydroxide radical. This has got charge minus 1. And we see there are 2 different atoms in this, oxygen and hydrogen. Then other compound radicals are carbonate with the charge 2 minus. In this also we see carbon is there and oxygen are there. Again, 2 kinds of atoms are there. Then in sulfate also, which has got charge -2, we see there are again two radicals, sulfur and oxygen. Then in ammonia also, children, we find this is also compound radical with two types of atoms, two kinds of atoms. One is nitrogen and one is hydrogen. Now, what is a chemical formula, children? The chemical formula definition is a chemical formula is the symbol representation of a molecule of a compound. Here we see, for example, molecule of a compound, for example, magnesium chloride or magnesium oxide. Magnesium chloride and magnesium oxide, these two are the chemical formulas of these two compounds. Then we see what does a chemical formula tell us. If we look at chemical formula, say magnesium chloride or magnesium oxide, what do these chemical formulas, these two chemical formulas tell us, children? What does a chemical formula tell us? It tells the elements forming a molecule, that the elements are magnesium and chlorine, they are forming the molecule of magnesium chloride. Then the second thing that this formula magnesium chloride, the chemical formula tells us, is indicates the number of atoms. Here it contains one atom of magnesium and two atoms of chlorine. Then it further indicates the fixed proportion by weight in which the elements are present. For example, there would be a certain weight of magnesium atom and there would be a certain atomic weight of chlorine atom, and so we know the proportion of weight of the two elements that are making this compound of the chemical formula. So children, let us remember this. Also, how do we write the chemical formula? There are certain rules, children, about writing a chemical formula. For example, when we write a chemical formula, children, then the positive radical is written first. For example, here we see calcium radical with the positive charge 2 plus is written first, and this with the valency written at the top. So we have written the valency 2 plus at the top. Then we see that the negative radical is written later after the positive radical. So we have written oxygen negative radical later, and here we see that oxygen has got a negative valency -2, which I have written at the top. Now the second rule is that the charges present on top are interchanged and written on the base of the elements. So we see that here this particular valency, this particular charge is now crossed and interchanged to be written below oxygen, and the valency of oxygen here has been interchanged and it will be written at the base of calcium. So I have written the valency of calcium as 2 under oxygen, and the valency of oxygen 2 I have interchanged and written at the base of calcium. Now in the third step, children, the final formula is written by writing the simplest ratio between these. For example, calcium and oxygen I had written by interchanging the valencies like this. Now here we cancel 2 ones are 2, and we cancel 2 ones are 2. So we see that the simplest ratio comes as calcium oxide. CaO is the chemical formula of this compound, calcium oxide. Now let us revise some other examples, children, one by one. Let us revise some other examples also. For example, let us see the example of calcium chloride. So let us write calcium. Calcium has got valency 2. So in the first step I have written a symbol of calcium and I have written the valency 2 plus at the top of the positive radical, which I have written first. Then later comes the chloride radical. So I have written chlorine minus 1. So I have written the valency at the top of chlorine. Now let us interchange these valencies. When we interchange these valencies, then we come with calcium getting valency 1. I have written 1 below calcium, and chlorine gets the change valency of calcium, which is 2. And so the chemical formula for this is calcium chloride, CaCl2. Now let us solve another chemical formula. Here we see sodium thiosulfate. So for sodium I have written Na, and at the top I have written the valency of sodium, and for thiosulfate I have written S2O3 with the valency of 2 minus at the top of thiosulfate. Now let me interchange the valencies. So how does the formula look? Sodium gets the valency of thiosulfate, which is 2, and thiosulfate gets the valency of sodium, which is 1. So we now can write the chemical formula as Na2S2O3 of sodium thiosulfate. Now let us take another example, aluminium nitride. In aluminium nitride, again I write the symbol aluminium, and on top of it I write the valency of aluminium radical 3 plus, and for nitride I give the valency over N as minus 3. Now let me interchange the valencies, and so the valency of nitrogen comes at the base of aluminium, and the valency of aluminium comes at the base of nitrogen. When we cancel it, 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, then we get the chemical formula as aluminium nitride, ALN. Now children, let us take another example. Again I have taken an example of aluminium. Aluminium hydroxide. In this case aluminium has got the valency 3 plus, and hydroxide has got the valency OH minus 1. When we interchange the valency of the two radicals, we get aluminium with valency 1 and hydroxide with valency 3. And because this valency that I have interchanged of aluminium, it is applicable to both oxygen and hydrogen, so I have to put a bracket around hydroxide or OH, as these are two elements, and so now the valency 3 has got its multiplication with both oxygen and hydrogen. So what is the formula become? The formula here is aluminium hydroxide, which is AlOH kept in bracket and then valency 3. Now let us take another example of calcium phosphate. Calcium has got valency of plus 2 and phosphate has got a valency of PO4 3 minus. On interchanging the valencies, we get the valency of phosphate at the base of calcium, and we get the valency of calcium, which is 2 at the base of phosphate. So again I will have to put a bracket and then put the valency 2 outside the bracket, children. And so we see that now the formula has become as calcium phosphate. Now let us see yet another example, children. In this example we have ferric oxide. Ferric means it has got valency 3, so it is plus 3, and oxide has got the valency of minus 2. So as we interchange the valencies here, children, then we get the valency 2 written under iron, and we write the valency of iron at the base of oxygen. So the compound that we get here, or the chemical formula of this compound, is Fe2O3, which is ferric oxide. So children, I will give you several other chemical formulas to write in your assignment for today for revision, and please prepare well for the exams. Go through this video, revise the definitions and the details in this video. Have a good day. Thank you.